And in this segment, we would be discussing the possible best 11 from CSK and MI that could be fielded by the captains. Get ready, get set as we discuss the possible best 11 for these two teams. So we'll start with CSK. Well, as I mentioned before in this podcast, Suresh Raina won't be a part and number 3 spot remains empty. Dhoni as a captain and the CSK management have to find a right replacement for Raina because it's a crucial spot for the team. This also creates a lot of problems because with the absence of Suresh Raina, CSK are a batterless. In a team filled with all-rounders, you need a specialist at the top. Well, Murli Vijay is an option, but he hasn't played much in the recent past at the highest level, and his form would be a concern. So when Raina is not playing at number 3, I think Fab Duplessis is a certainty to partner Shane Watson at the top. And for me, Shane Watson and Fab Duplessis would make the top two of this 11. Now we come to number 3. Suresh Raina is not there. The only replacement and the possible choice the CSK has, and which is the best one for them, is Ambati Raidu. So Ambati Raidu comes in at number 3 in my team. Now we have the usual suspects at 4 and 5, MS Dhoni and Kedar Jadhav, without any doubt. Number 6 and number 7, we have two all-rounders, Ravindra Jadeja and Dwayne Bravo. Well, the position of Dwayne Bravo can be questioned with the inclusion of Sam Curran into the squad, but I think Dwayne Bravo with his experience gets the edge and I think he'll play at number 7. With Dwayne Bravo, Fab Duplessis and Shane Watson, 3 spots for the overseas players have been filled. So I guess Imran Tahir might just miss out making this 11 and Piyush Chawla will play as the leg spinner in this 11 at number 8. Well, now the 3 fast bowlers. We have 1 spot left for the overseas fast bowler and 2 Indian fast bowlers. So Deepak Chahar and Shardul Thakur for me would be the entrants at number 9 and number 10, leaving a spot for one overseas fast bowler in the 11. Well, CSK have two choices, Josh Hazelwood and Lungi Ngidi. Talking about the recent records, Josh Hazelwood has been proven very economical in the recently concluded BBL season. Well, he bowled pretty well, and considering the type of bowler that he is, bowling line and length, keeping the batsman in check, he might be very effective in the power play. And observing Dhoni from the past tournaments, he likes bowlers who can contain the batsman really well and be very effective with the new ball. So I think Josh Hazelwood just gets a slight edge over Lungi Ngidi, and for me, he walks in at number 11. So that completes the 11 for CSK, the possible best 11 that I could think of. Shane Watson, Fab Duplessis as openers, Raidu at number 3, MS Dhoni, Kedar Jadhav, Ravindra Jadeja and Dwayne Bravo making up the middle order, Piyush Chawla playing as the leg spinner, Deepak Chahar, Shardul Thakur and Josh Hazelwood being the fast bowler. That would be the perfect 11 for CSK according to me.
Okay, now let's look at the Mumbai Indians possible 11. I think there are no surprises. I'll just list down all the obvious choices which Mumbai Indians would play in the playing 11. Now, starting with Rohit Sharma. So, Rohit Sharma, obviously the captain of Mumbai Indians team, the best player for Mumbai Indians, the best batsman, and the obvious choice comes in automatically in the 11. And it would be no surprise if Pandya brothers find themselves in the playing 11 because with their all-round abilities, they provide much needed balance to the team. With Krunal Pandya offering his left arm spin services to the team, and Hardik Pandya, the seam bowling all-rounder, which any captain would love to have in his team. As we mentioned earlier in the segment of this podcast, Lasith Malinga, an obvious choice, would be missing out in this IPL. That will mean Jasprit Bumrah once again will shoulder the bowling responsibilities for Mumbai Indians. So these are 4 players who are an automatic selection for Mumbai Indians. That leaves us with 7 spots in the squad of 11. Let's look at the openers. Looking at the past record, Mumbai Indians have always gone for aggressive openers, be it Richard Levy, David Jacobs in the past. This time also, it was no-brainer when they went for Chris Lynn. And surprisingly, Chris Lynn had a relatively decent outing in the last season for KKR. So it was a good buy for them. Now, partnering Chris Lynn at the top of the order will be Surya Kumar Yadav, who has done really well in the last 2 seasons. So, Chris Lynn and Surya Kumar Yadav would be my openers in the Mumbai Indians 11. That leaves me with a very difficult situation because people always complain that Rohit Sharma should bat at the top. But with these two batsmen at the top, I think Rohit Sharma can drop to number 4. Now, the important question that who should bat at number 3 for Mumbai Indians? And I think it should be Quinton de Kock because Quinton de Kock, once again, is a very explosive batsman and he has really done well for South Africa and Mumbai Indians in the past. So he can be a number 3. So even if Mumbai Indians lose a quick wicket, he still can, provide that flying start in the first 6 overs. Rohit Sharma will be batting at 4. 5 will be Hardik Pandya because of his explosive abilities, and Kieron Pollard can bat at 6. Coming at number 7 will be Krunal Pandya, and he's such an explosive batsman and very handy all-rounder to have. So Krunal Pandya would bat at number 7. So that leaves us with 3 choices for bowlers. So we already have 3 foreign player slots filled. That is Chris Lynn, Quinton de Kock, and Kieron Pollard. That leaves us with just one spot for the overseas bowler. Now, Jasprit Bumrah will be shouldering the bowling responsibilities. So I think the other bowler who should be partnering Jasprit Bumrah with the new ball is Trent Bolt. And the reason why Trent Bolt should be in the 11 is because of his excellent death over skills. And not only death overs, he can provide the early breakthroughs with his swing in the first 6 overs. So that can be a bonus as well for the bowling side. With Trent Bolt, that I think fills up all the 4 foreign player slots in this Mumbai Indians 11. The question now arises, who should be the spin partner for Krunal Pandya? And I think Rahul Chahar would be an automatic choice for Rohit Sharma, who likes to play aggressively. And with a leg spinner, he can always have that leg spinner ball in the bowling power play in the first 6 overs, and leg spinners can provide much needed breakthroughs at any juncture of the game. So Rahul Chahar can be a good addition to this Mumbai Indians side. So that leaves us with just one spot for bowlers, and I think it should go to Dhawal Kulkarni. And Dhawal Kulkarni is making his comeback to Mumbai Indians team. Earlier he was with Mumbai Indians team, went back to Rajasthan, now once again finds himself in the reckoning for the spot in Mumbai Indians squad. So that completes the Mumbai Indians lineup. Now, quickly, once again, take a look at the Mumbai Indians complete squad. So, Chris Lynn and Surya Kumar Yadav would be the 2 openers. Quinton de Kock at number 3. Number 4, Rohit Sharma can anchor the innings and control the game in the middle overs and obviously provide flourish in the final 10. Hardik Pandya at 5, Pollard at 6, Krunal Pandya at 7, Rahul Chahar, Jasprit Bumrah, Trent Bolt, and Dhawal Kulkarni to complete the rest of the playing 11. This looks very strong on paper and much settled. Atisham, I think you'll agree with this because the core remains the same over the years with the core team members of Rohit Sharma, Hardik Pandya, Pollard, and Krunal Pandya, and obviously Jasprit Bumrah.
Yes, Abhishek, and these two teams have been built on the core that they have developed over the years. You talk about CSK, MS Dhoni, Suresh Raina. Now Shane Watson is an integral part. Ambati Raidu is an integral part. So yes, these two teams, CSK and MI, keep their core intact, and that is what has been the success factor for these two teams. That is what I believe. So listeners, this was our predicted playing 11 that we think could field up in the first match, the IPL opener on 19th of September. Looking forward to what we expect from this tournament. This would be a completely different IPL from the yesteryears with no crowds, matches not happening in India, pitches in Dubai. So it will all play a factor, and teams have to be really smart in picking up their 11 as per the conditions. It will be very difficult for the experienced players to play without the crowd, as they have been accustomed to over the years. So it will be a different challenge altogether, and as viewers, we cannot wait to see it.
So that brings us to the end of a very special episode. And hopefully, this is just a start of many more episodes to follow in this segment of T20 cricket. Would love to hear your views on your playing 11, your favorite players coming into the 11. Hope you like our content on different streaming platforms. And if you like the content, please subscribe to our channels. Thank you.